So I've just seen What We Leave Behind. My first impression was, wow, it was so immersive.
I must admit, I didn't know what to expect. As soon as we got there, we were completely immersed in the show. We were greeted by a guy who seemed pretty flustered, and entering the computer room, and then the main room was all quite authentic and intense.
On reflection, is very Black Mirror-esque.
There's a really strong narrative behind it. So, you've got the urgency to listen to the memories and make a decision.
We had to pick 10 memories to basically reinstall this inventor's life. Made me think about what 10 memories would I want people to remember or pick for me if it was me on that table.
I think we set out to create a show that explored the themes of memory loss and dementia and what that means both to the people suffering from it, but the people that surround them.
The idea was to show the professor's mind breaking down, so the test and the clock slowly fall into the chaos, and the words come live from the AI and shaped the visuals.
I personally approached my portion of this work from a very conceptual angle, and I tried to embed a lot of symbolic and thematic meaning from the show into the functions of the systems that I was making.
We had this AI that was supposedly retrieving the memories of this character based on the cards that the audience selected. But the idea within the narrative was that this machine, the NAP, was getting overloaded and corrupting the memories. And we achieved that on a technical level by really pushing the AI to its limits so that it started to produce increasingly nonsensical outputs. So there was this parallel between the fiction and the real technical side to the show.
I realized it's easy to let the tech get too complicated, but I wanted the emotion to stay clear.
And we wanted to create something, sort of a playable element to it, that there was objective, a thing that people could do. We wanted to create a piece that had a lot of audience agency.
A great use of AI. The space was expansive.
I'm still blown away by the complexity of the scripts, the use of AI. I think it was very clever. I think what sticks with me, though, is everybody there has a collective responsibility. Seeing the consequences of your team decisions played out in the final section was very moving. Very challenging to see the trauma and the impact of your decisions live on somebody's face.
It's really thought-provoking, the kind of a real meme behind it about, memories are precious to you.
I guess I kind of knew that, but it's not something you dwell on, and it really made me face it, and it was actually a little bit scary, and I felt emotional. My biggest takeaway was how integral memory is to human existence and your sense of self.
I loved it. I thought it was a really fascinating and enriching way to think about a very challenging concept of memory and identity, what it means to be a person. Are we just a collection of our memories, and how do those memories all fit together? I loved it. I'd love to see it worked on more. I'd love to do it again with a different group and see how that changes the results.
If it was developed, I definitely would give it a second go.
I'd love to see a further developed version of the show. It was really good. Well done to everyone.
I thought the show was a success. It was an ambitious and technically complicated project, and I thought we did an excellent job given the constraints. We was very fortunate to have a good skill set all across the board in the group. Everything ran smoothly.
It went really well. I mean, we worked well as a team. Everyone communicated well. Everyone had the same kind of way of thinking, like what we said we was going to do, we did. So, yeah, I'm really, really, really happy.
I just feel super lucky to work with my teammates. They give me so much help and support. I learned a lot from them.
This wasn't a riddle to solve. This wasn't something to be clever about. This wasn't something that we were trying to get the question right, because I don't think there is a right answer.
We were trying to figure something out. Then I kind of realized maybe we're not, and the guys were kind of pushing us. I'm guessing that was meant to make us feel a certain way, which was successful. He had us all talking about it a good hour or so in the pub afterwards.
Yeah, we were talking about it all the way home, so I guess that's a good sign.